Soon after or actually in the final week of the campaign, you talked to voters about their greatest hesitation against voting for Vice President Harris. What did you find?
Two things. Number one is they weren't sure about what exactly she would do in the first hour, the first day, the first month. She never articulated exactly what she would do and how she would do it. And you can't expect to get elected president just by slamming Donald Trump. You have to put something out yourself. And second is that she never really convinced voters that she wasn't the Harris of 2019 and 2020 because her politics were different in 2024. But if you're not telling people what they need to know, they're not going to vote for you.
There was also, we spoke with Jasmine Wright from Notice, who wrote a really interesting piece pulling back the curtain on what happened with the Harris campaign. And one of the things that she reported was that the campaign may have misread certain issues that were animating the public. Like there was a top Harris campaign aide who said the issue of how Harris had responded in the past, and it was the target of a Trump ad, to a transgender issue was something that was really finding an audience, and yet they thought it wasn't. What did you find?
Because they weren't listening to the American people. Someone needs to go back to the polling to understand what they were thinking. Can you name anything that we learned about Donald Trump in the last 100 days? Anything that was different? We know what he is, good and bad. We know who he is, good and bad, and there's nothing there. But we did not know the same thing about her, so I did not understand. And in fact, you can pinpoint her rise. It peaked at exactly when she turned on Trump. Up to the point when she was talking about herself, the joy of her events, the convention where everyone's dancing and happy, and she's talking about the future, awesome. And then she goes dark against Trump, and that's the end of the climb, and in fact, she goes back further and further and further. And one other point, men. I know the gender gap, everyone focuses on the female vote, but the truth is she did so badly among middle-aged, middle-income, moderate men.
Look, I'm gonna be short and sweet, right to the point. The Democrats thought the transgender issue was a joke. And now who's laughing? Not them. Ha ha ha. It wasn't a joke. The American people were serious about boys on the field, on the court, without girls. It's unfair. It's common sense that it's unfair. I don't care how many pills you've taken, how many shots you've had. It's a biological boy versus a biological girl. It's just not fair. They're not the same. That's number one. Number two, like he said, she went dark. I mean, we really didn't need any more darkness, did we? That's how many times they came after Trump. So many different ways, stop him from becoming the president. And look what happened. The American people ignored it. Ignored all the Democrat and the left-wing games. And we got Trump back in the White House. He's gonna get this thing corrected. He saved us, and we saved ourselves from the far left. I hate to think what this country would have became if they would have had 4 more years. So that's all I got for right now. I'll get back to you later. It won't take long for the Democrats to do some more damage. Thanks.